find the coordinates of the stationary point. So the curve y is equals to negative x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x minus 6. So it's supposed to find the coordinates of the stationary point of the curve, given the equation of the curve there. So one important thing that we're supposed to note as we begin is that at stationary point, the derivative of y, which is the gradient function, is equals to 0. At stationary point, the derivative of y, which is the gradient function, is equals to 0. So what you're supposed to do is take this equation and find the gradient function of this equation. So you differentiate this function with respect to x. This is what you're supposed to get when you do that. So the derivative will be given by, with respect to x, to be negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 9. So that is the derivative function. We said at stationary point, this one should be equated to 0. So this negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 9 should be equal to 0. Now when you look at these forms a quadratic equation, and for us to solve that quadratic equation, we need to use, you can use in a suitable method, you can use a factorization, you can use the quadratic formula. So you can simplify that equation the way it is, or you can decide to just go with it the way it is. So if you compare very fast with this format, this is the format of quadratic equation, general format, you notice that the value of a will be negative 3, b will be 6, and c will be 9. So using the quadratic formula, of which most of us are aware of that, the quadratic formula states that x should be given by negative b plus or minus this b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. So substituting these values of a, b, and c, what do you get? So we get two values of x, since this is a quadratic equation. So x therefore will be, negative b will be given by negative 6 plus or minus, and these will give b squared, if this minus 6 squared, this is a 4, multiplied by a is negative 3 times c, everything divided by 2 times a. That is what you get. So working out this very fast, this is what you get. The value of x will be given by negative 6 plus or minus, working out everything in the bracket here, you get this is 36 plus when you multiply this very fast, you get 12 times 9, which is 108, everything divided by negative 6. You go down, so the value of x will be given by negative 6 plus or minus, this is the square root of 144 divided by negative 6. So x will therefore be negative 6. Take the positive part first. The square root of 144 is 12 divided by 6, or the other value of x will be given by negative 6. When we consider now the negative, the square root of 144 is 12 divided by 6. So these are the two solutions that you get. So from the first one, this one will give x will give, this will be negative 1, and then the other value of x will be negative 18, this will be 3. Now those are the values of x at the stationary point. Now to give the point, we need now to give the point in coordinate form, that is x and y. So having got x is equals to 1, we need to remember our function. Our function is y is equals to negative x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x minus 6. So to get the y coordinate, we simply need to substitute. So when that is when x is equals to negative 1, so we just take this equation y is equals to negative, this is negative 1 cubed, is substituting the value of x is equals to negative 1 in this function, plus 3 negative 1 squared plus 9 negative 1 minus 6. Working out this one very fast using the calculator, you're supposed to get the value to be negative 11. So the first point, the first stationary point, therefore the first stationary point is given by when x is equals to negative 1, the value of y is negative 11. So that's the first stationary point. Now the second stationary point is when x is equals to 3. So again we substitute here. So when x is equals to 3, so y we substitute in this function, negative 3 cubed, and we rub these, so negative 3 cubed plus 3, this is 3 squared plus 9, 3 minus 6. So once we work out these, we're supposed to get the value of y using a calculator. Y is equals to 21. Therefore the other stationary point is when x is 3, the value of y is 21. So the point is supposed to be given in terms of coordinate form, and that is how you get the stationary point of the curve.